God says, listen carefully. This message is not for everyone. It is for you and you alone. It's not by mistake that your eyes are seeing this right now. It's not by coincidence that your spirit is still restless, even though you've tried to convince yourself that everything is okay. I, the Lord your God, have waited not just hours but seasons to get your attention. And now Archangel Michael has been sent ahead with this emergency. This is not something you can afford to scroll past. This is not a message you should delay reading. A private investigator has been caught, and the truth that has been hidden is about to spill open like a flood in your life. This is the hour of revelation. This is the moment you must know what has been done in the shadows. You have been walking through your days unaware of what was really happening behind your back. You've smiled with people who planned your fall. You've laughed beside those who whispered lies in secret rooms. You've trusted hands that were paid to collect evidence, not for justice, but to manipulate, trap, and destroy your spirit. You've been watched not because you are weak, but because your light is blinding to those who hate purity, because your presence irritates every demon in the hearts of those pretending to care for you. That is why I permitted Archangel Michael to intervene. That is why this divine emergency was dispatched. The one you believed was loyal has been speaking in codes, sending locations, and leaking your information. They hired someone, a private investigator, a man whose hands were not clean and whose soul has been gripped by the reward of betrayal. This was not just someone watching you out of curiosity. This was a paid mission, a full-blown orchestration to manipulate a situation around you. They needed dirt on you. They needed proof of weakness, but my hand covered you. They saw you, but they could not touch you. They heard your voice, but they could not interpret your anointing. They tried to follow your footsteps, but I turned your steps invisible to their evil. You don't know how many files were opened with your name. You don't know how close the danger came. You don't know how far someone was willing to go just to silence your joy. I do, and I blocked it. That's why you are alive. That's why the plot failed, because the private investigator they hired was caught, exposed, and now I am exposing everything. I am not just a God who blesses, I am a God who reveals. I let the camera be turned off at just the right moment. I let the audio recorder malfunction. I let the proof they were seeking dissolve like smoke because your destiny cannot be documented for destruction. You need to listen to me now. Do not ignore this voice. This is not your own imagination. This is not anxiety. This is a divine alert. You were warned in dreams. You saw strange signs. You felt odd shifts in conversations. The Holy Spirit nudged you when you said, "That's strange. Why would they ask me that?" You had no idea someone was feeding your information to a third party. But I saw it. I am the God who watches watchers. I am the God who questions the questions. And now my voice is loud through this message because this situation is reaching a breaking point. The person who orchestrated this, does not believe they did wrong. They've justified it by saying they were trying to protect themselves, but in reality they wanted control. They feared what would happen if you broke free, if you healed, if you moved on, if you finally stepped into your glory. They feared you becoming whole. That is why they tried to collect secrets to keep you in emotional debt. But I say to you today, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, not even those with cameras, files, or silent whispers. You have a purpose so precious even the enemy has assigned informants, but I have assigned angels. I have assigned warriors. Archangel Michael has stood at the threshold of your life, defending what you did not even know was under attack. When you felt unusually tired, it was warfare. When your mind became clouded and unfocused, it was spiritual surveillance trying to confuse your discernment. But still you rose, you prayed, you kept believing. That's why the enemy is angry, because you refused to curse me when you didn't understand the storm. You worshipped instead of worrying. You stayed soft when the world wanted you to turn bitter. And I have remembered you. Now I will reward you. The investigator was caught. They have your name in a folder, but they also have guilt now, for the truth they thought they were uncovering was holy, and the lies they were fed are unraveling. The very person who hired them is about to be questioned, not by human law, but by divine law. I am the judge, and the court of heaven has ruled in your favor. Vindication is not coming. It has begun. You were confused why someone close to you suddenly grew distant, why your calls weren't returned, why their smile felt rehearsed. It wasn't in your mind. It wasn't paranoia. It was spiritual disconnection caused by betrayal. They didn't want to confess, but they know. They know what they did, and now I am dealing with them. This is not your battle. This is mine. You will not need to confront them. I will. You will not need to prove anything. I already have. I will let the very people they tried to convince become witnesses of my power in your life. Do not fear what is coming. Do not dread the fallout. Sometimes I must let a building collapse to show you which beams were weak. I must let relationships crumble to prove who was only loyal to your pain, not your healing. There is a reason why some people could only love the version of you that needed rescuing, but now that you are rising, their masks are falling. Let me speak clearly. You are about to be elevated. What they tried to use against you will now work for you. You will hear strange news soon. You will hear whispers of people trying to delete things, erase messages, and disappear from conversations. Let them. I am not allowing you to return to what I have exposed. This season is not for reconciliation with Judas. This is for resurrection. I am lifting you. Your name will be mentioned in rooms of influence, not gossip. Your work will be noticed, not monitored. Your tears have reached my throne, and I have written your name in the records of divine justice. The ones who tried to monitor your downfall will now witness your rise. But I don't want you to seek revenge. I want you to prepare, because elevation is a heavy crown, and you must wear it with humility. There is a person who feels guilt. They will reach out. They were used in this investigation. They didn't know the full plan. Forgive them when the time is right, but do not let them return to your inner circle. Not now. Protect your energy. There's too much at stake. You must clean your space, physical and spiritual. Burn the old letters. Delete the old numbers. Anoint your doors. This is a sacred shift. You are transitioning from survival into divine security. Archangel Michael has been assigned for the next 72 hours to guard your sleep, to intercept any further attacks, and to keep your mind from breaking under the weight of confusion, because what's coming is clarity, and that clarity will bring unstoppable peace. Soon someone will ask you, "How did you know?" And you will say, "God told me." Because right now, He is. Through this very message, He's using this moment, this screen, this voice to speak directly to you. You have been crying out for confirmation, for closure, for truth, and here it is. You are not alone. You are not delusional. You are not weak for feeling tired. You've been under pressure. Most people couldn't survive, but you have. And now heaven is preparing a table for you in front of those who once fed the enemy lies. Something you lost will be restored. A gift will return. A door you thought was closed forever will swing open, and it won't come from the people who tried to use you. It will come from the God who saved you. The Lord your God is with you. The storm did not drown you, it washed away the wrong ones. The fire didn't burn you, it refined you. The investigation didn't expose you, it elevated you. I have chosen you. That's why the battle has been intense. That's why the betrayals were so cruel. Because the calling on your life shakes dimensions. And now I release you from every spiritual surveillance, every demonic contract, every trap, and every file that was open to destroy you. The angels have shredded them. The heavens have sealed your name with favor. When you finish reading this, do not fear. Instead, breathe deeply, praise loudly, walk boldly, and wait expectantly, because everything is about to shift, this time in your favor. Don't try to skip this moment. Embrace it. You've been seen, and more importantly, you've been saved. It has been divinely prepared, sealed with the breath of the Almighty, and carried through realms by Archangel Michael himself. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine appointment. You were not supposed to scroll past this, and your soul knows it. You have felt the strange pressure in your chest. You've looked at the clock and seen the same number repeating again and again. You felt something calling out to you, but you didn't know what. Now you do. This is it. I have been waiting for you for 2 hours, yes, 2 full hours in the realm of eternity, where time bends and angels pause just to bring you this word. And now Archangel Michael is sounding the alarm. It's an emergency. Something has happened that you don't yet know about, but in the spirit, it has already been exposed. A private investigator has been caught, not by earthly authorities, but by the eyes of heaven. Someone you trusted, someone who acted as if they were for you, was never for you. They were investigating you, watching you, reporting about you, and pretending to care, but hiding a motive. And now the truth has surfaced like a volcano ready to erupt. This is not a joke. This is not paranoia. This is revelation. And you have been chosen to hear it before anyone else. That is why your eyes landed on this message. That is why heaven itself whispered for you to stop scrolling and open this now. I, the Lord your God, have seen everything. Nothing escapes me. I know who followed you, who spoke your name in secret, who lied with a smile, and who stood in your house but stood against your destiny. They thought they could watch your every move and plan their next strike. They thought they could blend in and deceive you. But the private investigator they hired, yes, hired, was caught in a moment they never saw coming. Heaven exposed him. He was assigned to gather information on you, but not because you're dangerous, because you're anointed, because you are chosen, because you carry something in your spirit that they don't understand, and that makes them afraid. They were trying to find your weakness, but what they didn't know is that I am your strength. You've been wondering why certain people have pulled away, why others act differently when you walk into the room. You've asked me, God, what's going on? You've lost sleep. You felt the sting of suspicion. You've questioned your own heart, but I was preparing this very moment to answer you. The Spirit of truth has come to bring light. Archangel Michael has descended to blow the trumpet of warning and the trumpet of war. Yes, war. Because your life is not normal. You are not living through ordinary moments. The enemy tried to infiltrate your path, but heaven intercepted the attack. The investigator thought he was clever. He used the face of a friend. He came through a back door. He didn't come wearing dark clothes or obvious threats. He came in the form of concern. He asked questions like he cared. He stayed quiet like he listened, but all the while he was feeding lies and data to someone who is obsessed with your story, someone who is silently competing with you, someone who watches your victories but celebrates your pain. But today, I have shut it down. This moment marks the beginning of divine exposure. Heaven has issued an alert to protect you from what you didn't even know was planted. I need you to hear this with your soul. You are not crazy. You are not imagining things. That feeling you got around them was not fear. It was discernment. That moment you suddenly felt like you needed to protect yourself wasn't drama. It was the Holy Spirit raising an alarm in you. That dream you had where something felt off was not fiction. It was divine foreshadowing. I have been speaking, but now I am shouting, and I am using this very message to make sure you hear me without confusion. Archangel Michael says, I repeat, it's an emergency. He has been standing near you, sword drawn, wings extended, voice trembling with the weight of divine urgency. You cannot ignore this any longer. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Your future self has a message for you now. It's a message from 2030. It's me, your future self. I've been waiting for you to hear this because it's important. I know how hard it's been. The stress, the sleepless nights, wondering if life will ever get easier. But I need you to know, everything you're struggling with right now isn't your fault. You've been doing the best you can with what you know. But there's something you haven't tried yet, and it's the one thing that changed my life forever. The 60-second prosperity prayer. This prayer rewired the way I think about money. It awakened a part of my brain that had been asleep, the part that notices opportunities and aligns with abundance. After just one recitation, things started to shift. Money flowed effortlessly. Doors I never knew existed opened wide. And now I live the life you've always dreamed of. I'm here because of you. The choice you make today will create the version of me that you're destined to become. Don't wait. Your future depends on it. Click the link in the description or comment section to unlock the secret of take the first step toward abundance today. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. There are phone calls you should stop answering. There are messages you should not reply to. There is someone who keeps acting like they're helping you, but they are tracking your reactions. Someone who always seems to show up at the right time, but only to observe, not to protect. That's the one who's been feeding a private investigator. That's the one whose face hides an agenda. But I, the Lord, have seen it. I have not allowed them to destroy you because my hand is upon you. You are marked, and your life carries more value than you know. You are not meant to just survive this. You are meant to rise from this. What they meant for harm, I am flipping for your favor. The same information they tried to use to trap you, I will use to vindicate you. The same secrets they thought they found, I will turn into stories of your strength. You are about to see me move in a way that silences every doubt and every demon. But I need your attention now. I need your obedience. When I say walk away, don't hesitate. When I close the door, don't try to reopen it. When someone leaves without explanation, don't chase them. It's not rejection, it's protection. I am going to send signs in the next 72 hours that confirm what you are reading now. A name will come up, a conversation will echo what this message says. A detail that seemed buried will resurface. You will feel that tug in your chest again. That's me. That's the Spirit of God saying, now do you understand? I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to save you. The truth you ignored before is about to come back with thunder. But this time you will be ready. This time you will see clearly. This time you won't give your power away. I'm not finished with you. You thought this season would destroy you, but it's going to define you. You thought this setback would bury you, but it's going to birth your next breakthrough. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are my child, and no weapon formed against you will prosper, not even spiritual surveillance or secret spying. I have canceled their assignments. I have confused their systems. I have turned their maps upside down. I have made sure that the one investigating you will soon be exposed themselves. Yes, the investigator is about to be investigated. The one who watched you is about to be watched. I told you, this is not a joke. This is divine justice. You will not have to lift a finger. I am fighting this one myself. There is a woman involved, someone who used her charm and subtle manipulation to dig deeper. She used conversations as traps. She smiled while recording you in her heart, but her season is ending. Archangel Michael has blocked her access. He is standing at the door. She cannot re-enter. You may feel tempted to forgive too quickly, but hear me. I never told you to hate her. I told you to stay away. Forgive her soul, but guard your purpose. She tried to collect pieces of your future before you even saw it, but I will not allow your destiny to be sold like a secret. You were not supposed to read this message in vain. It was written with power, soaked in truth, and released with fire. If you receive this, things will start shifting. Heaven will go to work. Delays will end. Your name will be removed from the mouth of liars and placed in the palm of promise. You are not just being warned, you are being prepared, because after this, a blessing is coming. A divine reversal. A moment of favor so loud it will silence every whisper behind your back. I'm not done yet, because the people who thought they knew your every move are about to be confused. They only saw your past. They didn't see your prayers. They only reported your struggle. They never saw your worship. They only took notes about your pain. They never imagined your promise. But I knew. I saw the tears you didn't explain. I heard the silence that screamed for my help, and I answered. You just didn't know it. The answer would come wrapped in a warning. This warning is a gift. It is a shield. It is a line in the sand that heaven has drawn. You are being pulled out of the pit. You are being redirected. This is your moment of clarity. Don't go back to blindness. Don't ignore your intuition again. Don't let history manipulate you into repeating broken patterns. The investigator is caught. The assignment is canceled. The curse is reversed. The trap is crushed. And now you must walk forward. No more distractions, no more delays, no more lies disguised as loyalty. Archangel Michael is still near. He has not left your side. He is standing watch over you with the full weight of heaven's authority. The next time they look for you, they will find a boundary they cannot cross. The next time they try to whisper your name, they will stutter in fear. You are not who you were last season. You are rising. You are shifting. You are protected, and now you are warned. Do not treat this casually. Do not delay. Do not doubt what you feel. You were meant to see this, read this, and believe this because you are more than a person. You are a vessel of promise, and your time has come. Listen, before you even breathe again, I need you to open your heart. I have waited 2 full hours to reach you, and even though time does not bind me, your earthly moments are running quickly, faster than you realize. This is not a coincidence. You did not just happen upon this message. I sent it. Yes, I, the Lord your God, sent this word to you now because something is moving, something is shifting, and if you don't pay attention, it might be too late. This is not a joke. This is not imagination. This is me. You've been praying in silence, haven't you? Wondering if I still see you, if I still hear you, if I still care. There are nights when you stare at the ceiling and wonder, what is the point of all of this? You feel used, you feel exhausted, and you are spiritually thirsty. I have been there with you in the shadows of your thoughts, waiting for this exact moment to tell you I am not late. I am precise, and now you must open your spirit. This word is just for you. Yes, you. Archangel Michael has been sent to intervene. You are surrounded by traps you don't even see. You trust too easily, and that is not a sin. But the people you're trusting now are not operating in truth. There is a person who is working against you, pretending to be close, pretending to be loyal, but their motives are not of me. The evidence has been uncovered. Yes, it's true. A private investigator was caught watching your movements, tracing your patterns, and collecting things about you. But what's more shocking is who hired them. That is what you don't yet know. Someone you have held in your heart, someone whose name you might even whisper in prayer, has been plotting from a place of envy, not love. And I have allowed this exposure because you are entering a new level, spiritually, financially, emotionally, and the next level demands a cleaner circle. You cannot carry corrupted attachments into the door I'm about to open. That's why I had to disrupt your peace with this message. I know this will hurt. I know the names that are about to rise in your mind will sting. But remember this: I do not expose to embarrass you. I expose to save you. You have trusted me even when your pillow was soaked in tears. You have chosen love over revenge. You have walked away from what others would have fought over, and now I am moving for you. Archangel Michael stands beside you even now, his sword drawn, his presence strong, his heart aligned with mine. He is not calm today. He is fiercely glowing with urgency, and that is rare. He says to you with a trembling voice, the person you believe is protecting you is the one giving away your secrets. Do not dismiss your gut. It is the whisper of God. This message is your instruction. You are not to retaliate. You are not to confront in rage. You are not to panic. You are to shift, quietly, strategically, spiritually. You must begin to remove access. You must begin to seal doors. You must begin to fast. There is a date approaching. I will not give you the full number yet, but it's within this season. And that day will be the day your name is brought up in a room you never imagined. It will look like a sudden breakthrough, but it is the result of every silent war you've endured. It is the reward of your spiritual obedience. But there is a warning attached. If you ignore this message, you will still be loved by me, but you may suffer an unnecessary delay. I want to spare you from the long road. That is why I interrupted your scroll, your distraction, your doubts, and led you here. This is my divine interference. There's someone who recently re-entered your life, someone from your past or someone with sudden, intense interest. Their timing is not innocent. They were sent, but not by me. They have watched your elevation from a distance and see you as an opportunity, not a person. Be careful. Yes, they may use spiritual language. Yes, they may even quote me, but test their spirit. That is your command. If you do not test it, you drink poison that looks like wine. You may sleep near betrayal wearing the costume of love, and that is not your portion. That is not your calling. I am calling you higher than that. Do you remember the dream you had recently? The one where you were running, but it felt like your feet were heavy? That was not a dream. That was a warning. The heaviness was not from your own weakness. It was the weight of attachments you're still dragging. I am telling you now, in love, let go, let go, let go. This next season is about freedom. Amen.